Hello. If you're watching this video, you're probably taking carbamazepine or someone around you. The reason I've made that video is because I've just discovered, reading about it, that this medication has side effects actually. So what it does is that it reduces the level of red blood cell level, and it also decreases hemoglobin. So this of course has consequences over a long period of time. It will have consequences. Some of them are disease. They are grave diseases. So basically, if you take carbamazepine, you already have something that's quite grave. Yeah, you take it whether for epilepsy or whether for trigeminal neuralgia. So in my case, it's trigeminal neuralgia. I started taking it about 10 months ago, and prior to that, I was not taking any medication for my trigeminal neuralgia, and I started taking that medicine, and then it soothes the pain. But then about 2 weeks ago, the pain started to become strong again, and so what I did is that I increased the taking of carbamazepine by myself. I told the doctor, of course, yeah, and the doctor is kind of following me along, in the sense where when I reduced it at the beginning of the year, started taking it, and the effect was quite positive and I could really feel it at the beginning, so it really reduced the pain. And so I went from taking 6 to just 2.5. Then I increased to 3. Then recently again started kicking in, started being painful again those last 2 weeks. So what I did is that I started taking 4. And then I told the doctor, always, yeah, always, of course, tell your doctor. By the way, I'm not a doctor, and what I say is just as information that I've discovered that I want to share with people around, because there is very little information when you think about it with carbamazepine, because carbamazepine is given to people with rare diseases, namely epilepsy and trigeminal neuralgia. So there's not much research about it. It's not like other types of disease which are more founded and more studied. So then, as I said, yeah, I started taking 4 pills, and the doctor said like, oh, okay, well, if you feel like you should take more, take more. If the pain is coming again, yeah, just take more. And but the thing is that the doctor never told me that it has side effects, and that they're quite serious, actually, from what I could read on the internet. And so I've checked websites like from hospitals and doctors, and like research papers. So I'm gonna just kind of resume it all for you, yeah. So basically it has side effects, and so to actually counter the side effects, it's a very good thing to take folic acid. So folic acid because the carbamazepine is going to reduce the folic acid level, and that is going to have consequences on the red blood. Let me check again. I've got the article under my eyes. This is going to, yeah, epileptologists are now concerned that folic acid may be too low in persons with epilepsy taking some antileptic drugs, namely carbamazepine. Low serum and red blood cell levels of folic acid, they increase potential risk of, so for example, for childbearing women, it's going to be, they increase the risk of fetal birth defects. For everybody else, it increased the risk of diseases like, the name was difficult, so I could not remember it. There were some children that were given the drug carbamazepine, and 30% of them had a blood disease, which is the name is Where was that? Let me find it. Oh, that was the other page, I think. Yes, it's that page, yeah. Sorry for the wait. So this randomized clinical trial was conducted in children with epilepsy who received carbamazepine monotherapy. Monotherapy means that you take only one therapy, yeah, so one type of medication, in that case the carbamazepine. Group 1 received carbamazepine alone, and group 2 received carbamazepine plus folic acid. So the two groups were age and sex matched. Each group comprised 41 children with epilepsy. So I'm going to skip a little. In group 1, 31.4% of the patients developed leukopenia. Sorry for my pronunciation, I don't say it right. This is the first time I see that word. And 17% neutropenia. But in group 2, these figures were 14.6 and 9.8% respectively. So basically, at the end of the first year of follow-up, white blood cell and cell counts were significantly higher in group 2. Sorry. So group 2 had more white blood cell, and group 2, they were given carbamazepine in conjunction with folic acid. Yes, so that's it. So basically, taking folic acid while taking carbamazepine is a good thing. I found that in different articles. I will link the articles so you can take a look for yourself. You can read if you want. And but just so the reason I wanted to just share that information is that my doctor never told me about that, and so I guess if my doctor never told me about that, then there are other doctors that don't tell it. I mean, frankly, I live in Japan. My doctor is just so busy. If you see the waiting room, you have like, I don't know, seriously, like 25 people waiting at any given time of the day, whether it be morning, evening, or any time. And it's just like minimum 25 people, minimum 1 hour wait. And I mean, the guy, I told him, I saw him last week to get some more carbamazepine, and I told him, you're gonna see all those patients today. He told me yes. I was like, wow, you're busy. Yeah, basically he has no time to talk with patients. It's kind of, I mean, I don't mean to criticize him, but given how busy he is, he has very little time to just talk with patients. And so obviously it's like, yeah, you choose. You have quality or quantity. We often say quality over quantity. Yeah. So the opposite is it's very hard to do quality and quantity at the same time. Yeah. So basically, anyway, so please do your own research. Due diligence is important. I am not a doctor, so I'm not telling you don't take that amount of folic acid a day. Another thing also I discovered is that they say in those articles, they said that instead of taking just like pure folic acid like in a pill or a tablet, it's better to have a diet which is rich in folic acid. But though that's a little difficult here, because change your diet, as we know, it's difficult. First, you have to know which are the food that are rich in folic acid. Then after that, you have to change your diet. Changing your diet is difficult. Maybe you don't have access to the food, depending where you live. Maybe those foods are more expensive. Maybe you cannot prepare them. You don't have time, or so you know what I'm saying, yeah. So basically, anyway, talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor, okay? Just want to share that information. Thank you for watching. I wish you health above everything else, and a very pleasant day. Bye bye.